Hi, guys. So I wanted to move on from cause and effect. So I wanted to teach you a lesson about another type of text structure for nonfiction called sequencing. So we have already learned about descriptive, which is main idea and supporting details. And then we learned about cause and effect. So now I'm going to talk about sequencing. This is where we put things in order. So I made the page bigger, but I think I need to shrink it because it's a little bit too big. Okay. So sequencing is where we put things in order. And in nonfiction text, there's multiple ways of doing this. One way is through life cycles. So if you're learning about an animal, you'll learn about how it's born, how it grows up, its adult life, and on and on. So that would be a life cycle. Directions are another nonfiction sequencing where we have things in order first, second, third. And if you don't go in order, things won't turn out as you want them to. There's also beginning, middle, and end of a story, which is fictional, which we talked about all through the first half of the year. So you guys are familiar with that. Today, we're going to focus a little bit more on timelines. So, timelines, as you know, when we talked about biographies, put things in order of when they occurred. So time order from the beginning of the year, which this says the first day of school is in August, which sometimes it is, but sometimes it's in September. And then October, December, March, May, June. This can also be years, which when we did our nonfiction text feature lesson at school and you made those text feature lap books, you guys made a timeline of your own life, if you remember that. Some keywords to help you find sequence in stories would be then, first, at the end, next, earlier, start. All these keywords show order. Those would be transition words that we use in our writing. So these are the ways to show sequencing in nonfiction text. So what you're going to do today is when you go down to the next slide, you're going to watch the Brain Pop video to learn about sequence. Your username is MT Arlington and then the underscore. This would be right next to the number 0. Hold the shift 0 and then the number 2. And then our password is Brain Pop so you can watch the video using my account. After the video, you are going to do an activity. Let's do the focus tool here. So your activity is going to be to interview someone about their life. It can be someone in your house, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, or you can call someone that you feel like talking to. It could be a friend, it could be a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, anybody you feel like talking to. I just want you to have fun and maybe talk to somebody outside of your house today, okay? It can even be one of your teachers. If you go on a Google Meet with somebody, go ahead and talk to them. Oh, this moved on me, so let me move it out of the way. Step 2, you're going to ask them to tell you 4 important events in their life and the date that they happened. So when you're talking to them on this interview, you might say, what is the first thing that happened in your life that you remember that was important to you? And then you'll write down the date and you'll write down what happened. As you're talking to them, enter the events in the graphic organizer below to show the sequence of events in time order. So remember, when you go to put these on the graphic organizer, put them in order from first to last. Make sure they're in order by date. And I say again, make sure the events are in order of when they happened and enter the dates on the timeline next to each event. Look at my example on the next slide. So I'm going to do one with you really quickly so that you can see. So this is what your slide is going to look like. Okay, so text here. This is going to be the person's name that you're interviewing. So person, oh, let's not write that. Let's pretend, I don't know. I'm going to come up with a person named Kim. Kim's life. So I'm interviewing Kim and you know what? Let's go down to the bottom and do the first thing in her life was, let's say, Kim was born in, I don't know, let's say Newton, New Jersey. Okay? So then when was Kim born? We're going to write that she was born July 2008. Okay. So actually, your boxes will be filled, but I know it's hard to see my date, so I'm going to just fill it real quick. So then after she was born, what was another event that happened in Kim's life that was important to her? So I'd say, Kim, what was important in your life? And maybe she would tell me, my baby sister was born on September 12th, 2011. Okay, so that's an important event if your sibling was born. I'm going to, again, fill this box. You do not have to do this. This will be done for you. I just want you to be able to read what I'm writing. So again, you're just going to click on date here. I click on it twice and it selects it for me. So we're going to write September 2011. So if I double click on it, sometimes I need to triple click, 1, 2, 3, and it'll select it and you can just start typing. So what else would be, her baby sister was born. What else could happen to Kim that would be important? Oh, maybe she moved. So Kim moved from Florida to New Jersey in 2015 when I was, let's see, 2008. She'd be about 7 years old when I was 7. And then, let's see, when would she have moved? Let's just put August of 2015. Yikes, that went down there. How did that happen? So when we make a mistake like that, we'll just hit undo till we get everything back where we wanted it to be. Just going to put, let's do that again. August 2015. That's better. That undo button works really well. Okay, and then the most recent thing, Kim is being homeschooled. Oh my goodness. What did I do? Let's fix this. Homeschooled due to COVID-19 pandemic. And then the date happened. Come on, there we go. March 2020. Okay. So that's what you're going to do. I went in order from 2008, 2011, 2015, 2020. So from the first thing that happened in her life to the most frequent of important events. So I want you to have fun with this and maybe call somebody outside of your house to do this, or even go on Google Meet with a teacher that maybe you haven't really talked to yet, or even me if you want to. I'm happy to help you out. If you don't have anybody else, you can talk to somebody in your house. I'm just trying, if you have a neighbor that you can call to from your backyard and not get too close to, remember to keep social distancing in mind, but maybe it might just be nice to get out and talk to your neighbor or somebody to do this interview. So hopefully it'll get you doing something other than reading on the computer, and hopefully you enjoy this activity. I'll see you soon. Bye.